Hello.
Can you guys hear me?
Live stream
Yes.
is on.
Okay, we're
All right.
We're live.
We're live.
Ooh, hold
We
on.
literally just ran from.
Live stream.
Oh wait, why are we getting echo?
Oh, that was me. I turned it off. Sorry.
Okay.
Okay.
Perfect. Yeah, I'm gonna have to mute Yeah, if you're not talking, I'm gonna mute you just for now, and then there you go. Perfect. Okay. Well, Cheerios.
Cheers, everyone. Thanks for joining us. Another episode of Monerotopia. Who do we have on the Jitsi?
We have Mr. X. We have Brad Mines, and we have Celia.
How do we properly
How do you
pronounce
yeah.
Chill, as in relax, chill.
Chill. Oh, very
Let's chill.
it? So is that really how you pronounce chill?
chill.
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
All right. So you want to do a quick intro of yourself first?
So I'm chill. Are you chill?
Not as chill as you.
I know.
Yeah. I'm the co-founder of the Open Economy Initiative. So we teach crypto commerce through education. We are huge privacy advocates, obviously. That's why I'm here. And yeah, that's pretty much sums it all up.
And we had your partner on last week.
Yes, he's expecting a baby that's supposed to come today. So
Oh wow.
Oh, wow.
yeah.
Exciting.
Congratulations to him.
And
I'm
do you
so
also
excited.
run a big meetup in San Francisco, like crypto related?
Yeah, so I actually inherited that meetup group because we are based in Denver. And we have a meetup group here, and then the lady who was running the Bay Area meetup group decided that California had all these, wildfires, and she is called to take some action. So she stepped back from the blockchain, and then we just stepped in.
Okay, so have you done any live? You haven't done any live meetups?
Yes, we
Oh, you
did.
have? Okay.
We do all kinds of interviews, live streams, but we haven't done anything like fun like this for the meetup group. So I thought it would be nice to invite people and kind of just chill.
Amazing. Do you ever do Monero focused discussions there?
I kind of just do whatever interests me, to be honest. I know that sounds bad, but if there's a privacy project that I'm really pumped about, then I'm going to reach out to like we did Start 9 Lab, for example, most recently, and I'm just really pumped about the opportunity to create self-sovereign hardware, not just software, because I think we have this single point of failure that we have all this cool technology and Monero and Bitcoin but everything is built on still centralized servers. So we have these points.
So are you doing any work in that area?
No, it's something that just ties into my focus of kind of detaching from centralized systems.
Okay, yeah, that's definitely the ultimate goal. What's your quick Monero story?
I'm a drone girl, so I used to build drones for the drone shows back when it wasn't a cool thing. It wasn't on television and all kinds of Super Bowl ads, and my pilots were into Bitcoin, so they introduced me to it, and I just fell down the rabbit hole, and haven't been able to get out of it ever since.
You never get out.
But Monero, so as soon as after I learned Monero, to me, I think as a woman, it just makes sense. And I think as more women will join this space, it will just make perfect sense, because I do not.
As a woman, what do you mean as a woman?
So to me, the idea that I'm being tracked, it creeps me out. going into Starbucks and buying a cup of coffee and then walking out, and someone can now see exactly how much money I had in my wallet. That's insane. Like, how will that ever work?
So what are you trying to say? All the BTC maxis are creepers? They're a bunch of creeps
I don't
there?
think that because it's predominantly a male-dominated sector, people don't, like, guys don't think that through, because to them it's not a big deal. But to me, that's a big deal. And
Yeah.
I think Monero just makes me feel safe. I used to run a Bitcoin ATM, and one night I got a call, and I was woken up. I had to take my daughter and go. Someone just broke in, and I felt so violated. And ever since then, to me, it's just privacy is like a must. Like, you cannot have a financial system without privacy. To me, that's insanity.
Yeah, I don't think people are gonna realize the real value of it until it really hits home for them, and have an instance where, an eye-opening instance where they realize, the flaw of transactions being traceable. Who
Yeah.
else we got? Let's go. We'll go around the stage real quick. Make sure we get everybody introduced.
We got Brad Mines from the Having Report podcast. How's
Brad,
it going?
what's going on?
Hello.
Hey guys, thanks for having me on the show.
Of course, thanks for coming on.
Yeah,
How's it
no
going?
problem. I'm well. Yeah, just to give folks an introduction of who I am. Like you said, I'm doing the Having Report podcast, which is I mostly, just remind people of the cycles that Bitcoin goes through and to help new people get started into the space. And I've been doing that for over a year now. I've spoken with Doug in the past. He's been on the show. I've been on Monero Talk, and I work with a lot of people, and there's been a lot of action lately. So I've been helping a lot of newcomers come into the space. In terms of Monero, my philosophy is in line with Monero. In terms of investment, I can't say that it's my biggest holding or I put everything there, but it is. I'll say it's my third biggest cryptocurrency holding, and my philosophy is definitely in line with the privacy aspect of it. And I guess when I first got into crypto, Bitcoin, that was in 2017. And after learning about the transparent blockchain aspect of it, obviously you quick to learn that that's a big flaw in the blockchain. However, Bitcoin did go from 0 to 1, so I still have a big belief that it could possibly still reign supreme for a long time to come. But I do help people learn about Monero as much as I push people away from most altcoins. Monero is one I will definitely teach people about if their philosophy is in line with it.
All right,
Awesome. And last but not least, we have Mr. X. Hello. Want to introduce yourself?
Hello, can you guys hear me okay?
Yes, we can.
Great. So yeah, I'm Mr. X, or Cryptan Capitalist from the Crypto Vigilante, and we cover a lot of different cryptocurrencies, but one of actually pretty much our favorite cryptocurrency that we champion there is Monero, because of its privacy and fungibility. And I personally have been watching Monero Talk for the past few years here, and I really resonated with me, and I really enjoy it, and I'm really excited to be here on the show with you guys.
thanks
Awesome.
for coming on,
Thanks
Mr.
for
X.
coming on.
We love having you on, and we'll be doing, I guess, a price report with you in a few moments. You are the expert in that area. Appreciate it. You want to mention? Yeah. Go ahead
And then we got to mention our sponsor. Our sponsor for the show is Cake Wallet. It's Cake Wallet allows you to safely store and receive and exchange your Monero and Bitcoin. They just recently added the Bitcoin wallet safely on your phone. So if you want to check it out, it's cakewallet.com, and you can download it on iOS and Android.
We're obviously big fans of Cake.
Yes, we
Cake
are.
here.
Since the very beginning.
Open source. Anybody that's getting into Monero, that's new to Monero, it's a great, user-friendly way to use it, but to also you're kind of using it in the best way possible. So you hold your own keys on your phone. It's a true, full blockchain wallet, and you really don't sacrifice any privacy in using it. So we always recommend Cake. And Cake's been a big supporter of our show and our other show as well. So thanks, Vic. If you're watching.
Thanks to Cake Wallet.
Do we have anybody else on that's
Nope, it's just us.
Okay. So to anybody that's watching, this is Monerotopia, where we just chill out. We even have Chill on the show today. And we just talk Monero casually. We also do a little giveaway. We're going to be doing that soon. We try to do that when we have the most viewers, because we base the prize on the amount of people that are watching. So right now we have 25 people watching. So, spread the word, tweet it out. Let's try to get up to like 100 live viewers, and we'll give away $100 worth of Monero. I think we're going to do another Price is Right edition.
I think people enjoyed that.
So we're gonna show you guys a product, and you're gonna have to guess the price in Monero, and the closest to guess it wins. Maybe we'll have like 2 or 3 people compete for that.
Yep.
So what else? Should we do the price? Mr. X, you want to jump into the price? I know I love, seeing those things, especially now in the bull market. I'm sure everybody watching would like to see that as well. Should we do price now or save that?
Sure. I don't know. Are you guys able to see my screen right now?
No, it's gray right now.
Yeah, we don't see anything
blank.
on it.
Okay, hold on. Yeah, I may have to switch browsers. I'm trying. It should be sharing, but if it's not working, I may have to try something else. Let's see. It's showing up on my end, or is it showing now? No.
No.
Not yet. We have a question.
Just
What do you guys think will happen when cash is getting banned? Some countries are banning it now. Opinions on this and the effects on Monero. All right, anybody on our panel here have Chill, I see you raising.
Yes, I'm a huge nerd on CBDCs and the regulatory environment globally, and what's cooking in the oven, so we can kind of anticipate what's going to happen. And what I'm seeing, that the big plan is, well, one, they want to ban the private wallets, which is hugely concerning to me. And 2, they trying to create a basket of CBDCs where they have 5 different CBDCs. So yen, USD, pound, GBP, and RMB. And so kind of create an international reserve system and then just track the hell out of us through, whatever they program into their digital currencies. And you also, I don't know what you guys think about this whole trend of MasterCard and Visa, joining in and trying to control the keys, and no talks about multi-sig. I'm not sure what everyone is thinking about that.
Yeah. So, Brad, you want to chime in and give your opinion before I respond?
Sure. To me, I think adoption is going to be inevitable for every company out there. So I'm extremely bullish on the whole case. I do encourage private key ownership as much as possible. Unfortunately, there's some people coming into the space that have no idea what they're doing, and I'm afraid that they might lose their keys. So I'm a little bit torn lately with custodial services, but I am a firm believer in self-custody.
Yeah, and then so in terms of his cash being banned, so any movement we see towards that really should highlight the value of Monero. As we transition into a purely digital realm here, all our lives are basically moving to the internet. All our transactions will be done through the internet. Most of them already are, but even in a more real way. And then once essentially real world cash doesn't exist, we're going to need the equivalent of that in the digital world, so that we have that freedom and liberty to spend as we choose without censorship. And that, in my opinion, was the original vision of Satoshi and Bitcoin. And that's the real problem that they solved, what they figured out. It wasn't number go up technology. It was censorship resistant money, digital cash that you can use on the internet. Now, will that go up in value? Of course, because the idea being is if you have, the whole world now looking to something like Monero as being the way that they're going to transact cash on the internet, it's going to have a high market cap. But I'm not a big believer, or I shouldn't. I don't really necessarily like that. Bitcoin is just sold as a store of wealth. I think it's about getting digital cash right first, and from that utility, you'll start to see people using it as a store of wealth as well. I think with Bitcoin, you're kind of seeing the opposite. It's being used as a store of wealth first, really because it's failing at its utility as being used for digital cash. So, it's kind of jumping to the store of wealth meme and skipping, the digital cash part. You guys have opinions there? Because that's often discussed. Even today, there was a big conversation going on Twitter about it. A lot of people talking about the fact that, future may be people holding and storing Bitcoin and then just using Monero kind of for their day-to-day transactions. But I don't know, I think that's kind of a silly outcome. At that point, why wouldn't we just be holding Monero? What do you guys think about that?
Yeah, I don't know. I see that maybe something far down the line. That's a tough one. Going right from, again, yeah, why, like you said, why would be the point of holding Bitcoin if you're using Monero day in, day out? So I'm not sure if completely private transactions are going to be the majority of commerce or just something small within the market.
Because you're sharing the screen. Mr. X, you want to jump in and do the price report? Your screen is still being shared. So it's the only thing people are seeing right now.
You said it is or is not being shared. Are you able to see it?
Well,
it is. So
actually,
you can see the chart?
MX.
Yeah, we don't see your screen yet. We just see.
Oh, okay. All right, 1 second. I'm trying to log in on another browser because for some reason this browser won't share the chart. So give me like a few more seconds and I'll be ready.
Okay. Yeah, we'll continue to talk about other things. What else you want to? Actually, anecdotal story. We just came back from Puerto Rico.
It's still showing his screen, actually.
And we were walking around, having a good time. And we were walking down the beach. It was around probably 6 p.m. Not that the time really matters. But there were two other individuals that were hanging out on the beach, having a good time. And as we walked by them, one of the guys said, "Hey, Monero." And I looked at my shirt, and I wasn't wearing a Monero shirt. And Sunita wasn't wearing one either. And we said, "Yeah, Monero." They said, "No, you guys are the Monero couple." And so we were recognized by somebody down there. So that was pretty interesting to see Monero growing in that way. And then this individual, certainly not going to name names, but ended up being quite wealthy and had just recently purchased a very large amount of Monero. And I even without mentioning his name, I'd rather not say the number, but it was in the millions of dollars worth. And this is somebody who was talking about it and seeing it in terms of digital gold. So this is somebody who, is a big crypto guy, didn't start as a crypto person, made a lot of money outside of crypto and then got into it. But he's looking at Monero as, digital gold, not just considering Bitcoin in that light. So that was interesting to see and just run across in the real world. Mr. X, what do you think? You back up?
I'm just about to connect my chart here, so just give me 1 moment. Sorry about this delay here.
No worries. Okay, now.
What do you guys think of atomic swaps? That's obviously a hot topic right now. We just did an interview with Commit. Anybody have any comments there? Community was very excited about that video.
Yeah, I'm totally looking forward to some swaps for Monero Bitcoin. That's a really big step, I think, and necessary if Monero is going to continue to thrive, I think. So, I'm looking forward to it.
I think it's a game changer, so I'm with you.
What kind of timeline are we looking at?
2 weeks. Yeah. I don't know. That's the $1 million question. There's a few people working on it, but Commit seems to be pretty fast tracked. They're they're going to be launching an MVP or actually be usable, and I think matter of months.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, who knows? We'll see when it happens. We're still waiting for Bitcoin to add confidential transactions, and that's been like 10 years now. So who knows?
Right.
All right, looks like Mr. X got his chart up.
Okay, great. All right, just sorry about that delay there. I had to switch browsers here and log into my charting system.
No worries.
But,
your sound's a lot better than last time, by the way, man. You've improved.
Good. Okay, so first, I think I actually like to start maybe with the well, I guess for now I can start with the Monero and Bitcoin currency pair. So as you can see here, we dropped into a support area that hasn't really been seen since 2015 and 2016. And so there was prior resistance, which has now turned into support, which I've drawn with this very long blue rectangle. And I've also drawn a trend line, which is this gray dashed line, which connects these two peaks here that occurred back in 2015 and 16. And that came to out here, which you can see here when I zoom in on the price. There was a nice double bottom formation that kind of just occurred here around a little bit after the new year. So you can see these two large doji style wicks on the candlesticks here, which is a nice double bottom pattern in this support zone. And then now the price went back up briefly. Now it's actually retracing again, but I wouldn't be surprised to see if we consolidate here and then move back up. I don't know if it'll be this fast, but I do see obviously Monero is very undervalued right now, especially compared to the rest of the market when we have all these other DeFi coins kind of bubbling and a lot of other coins that are, I think, pretty overvalued. I saw the other day there was some coins that were based on Ethereum that were basically these socks, virtual socks that are selling for $92,000 each, which seems kind of reminds me of the crypto kitties that happened back during the last bubble. So I would not be surprised to see some of these other crypto or virtual assets kind of crashing after being inflated in kind of a bubble, and then more sound money type cryptos like Monero rising after that. So I would not be surprised to see a nice price rally come here at some point soon, hopefully. And then also I do have a projection in the Monero dollar currency pair, which I'll be sharing here in a second.
But before you move to dollar, so for XMR to BTC, I can't see it well from what I'm looking. What is your projection in terms of where we can get to the BTC ratio, XMR to BTC?
Well, yeah, I just switched over to the dollar chart. Let me see if I can go back. Well, yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see it maybe rally up to maybe the point. Okay, let me go back to that chart 1 second. Yeah, it was basically where the resistance level was. I think. Let's see this trend line here. See this gray trend line right over here, which is around 0.6 to or the upper sixes, I would say. Currently around 65 or so. That would be. I mean, if we can get back above there, that'll be a good sign because.
So get to what ratio? What ratio are you saying?
I would say once we get above 0.065 or so is where it is about right now. If we can get back above there, that will be a good sign. See how it's kind of below the support level.
Yeah.
So I drew the trend line from here, and then over here it had broken below. And as soon as it broke below, we had a big red candlestick. It really fell down into this support zone, which is in the blue rectangle here, which I've zoomed in on. And then we also have this trend line going all the way back to 2015, 2016. So I mean, there's a chance it could drop down further and tag that maybe, but I think anything under, if you can get anything, really these levels even right now I think are very undervalued. So I would be buying definitely right now we're inside this blue rectangle again. So this is a great time to buy this dip. And I wouldn't be surprised to see it come back above here, maybe in the next few months, especially with the Bitcoin and Monero atomic swaps coming. That's a very bullish development. So once those are actually adopted into wallets, that'll be a really good sign, in my opinion.
Long term, I mean, do you have any thoughts on where the ratio goes? I mean, where do you think we eventually start to settle? I mean,
well, like
as high as 0.0, I think 3.5, at one time, almost 0.04.
Yeah, the
0.02 seemed like a fair price for a very long time. When do you think we get back up there, and where do you think we end up settling at for some time?
Yeah, so the all-time high was 0, as you can see here, where it says H to the O, 0.03557503 on the Poloniex exchange, which has the most historical data. And that was back in August of 2017 on this chart, right back here. So, yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see it break that high like I have here. I want to see a nice recovery come out of here and then get back above this resistance. And then once we can break above this currently bearish Ichimoku cloud, which is this red cloud of kind of resistance that's kind of over the market right now, if we can kind of get some support here and move up, I don't know if it'll be in this pattern. This was something that I drew about a month ago, so I would probably maybe make some updates here. But I wouldn't be surprised to see further consolidation and then a move up here, maybe within the next year or two. So I don't know, maybe in the next year or two we can get back above 0.01 or 0.02 even, and that would be definitely a good sign. Once we get above the Ichimoku cloud, then we can start rallying. And I wouldn't be surprised to see eventually going up. One of my targets was at least to get to 0.1. I would not be surprised to see that happen within the next couple years or so, and maybe even like further beyond that as well. So this is, I think, it's very undervalued in my opinion. I think this is a great time to be buying Monero.
Can't wait till we're doing that show. Let's schedule that one now.
Yeah, that would definitely be very nice, and I look forward. I've been actually waiting for that for several years. It's just unfortunately there's so many other projects kind of taking attention away from, I think, where people should be focused on, which is Monero and fungibility. But a lot of people kind of are excited about other things right now. But yeah, I don't think it'll be this cheap for too much longer. So I wouldn't be surprised to see a nice rally here coming soon.
Brad and Chill, what do you guys have any thoughts on price? Do you guys think about price, Monero versus Bitcoin ratio?
Well, that's always the fear with altcoins, is losing my Bitcoin value. Yeah, it's a tough one with the fear of more exchanges delisting. Could that have a short-term effect on the price of Monero? Pretty drastic.
Yeah, I mean, we saw some of that happen. Hopefully we kind of settled out there for a while, and maybe we'll start to see more exchanges maybe pick up and add Monero. We had I don't know if you guys saw that white paper that was done to basically help guide firms and advising them on how they can legally add Monero to the exchanges.
Yeah.
We have Kraken's always been there, and Kraken's kind of a pillar in the crypto community. So I'm feeling pretty confident. I'm hoping we kind of bottomed out in terms of delistings, and now we start entering the stage where these exchanges start adding Monero. That would be nice. It would be nice to eventually see it on Coinbase.
Well, we're going to see a first mover, I believe, in this space, because eventually they will realize that if you push Monero to DEXs, they are not going back. Nobody's going to be after like 6 months or a year like, hey, maybe I should start using Coinbase again. So I think it's in the regulatory best interest to keep Monero on exchanges.
Definitely. Yeah, I mean, it makes more sense, right? For what they're trying to achieve, rather than pushing people to the fringes, they should, allow them to use it in a way where they could at least have, some aspect of regulation and control. Otherwise, they're really just pushing people, to the fringes while they use it anyway. Mr. X, do you want to jump back on and do the USD?
Yep, he's ready. Mr. X?
Yeah, sorry, I had to
Okay,
unmute
that's
myself. I was trying to get
no worries. Sorry,
No
we're jumping
yeah, I have to
around.
switch tabs
I
and
know.
and then switch back, and it was a little laggy there for a second. But yeah. So I hope are you guys able to see the other chart that I have here with the two
Yes.
boxes? Okay.
I've
Great.
heard people talking about, Monero kind of detaching from Bitcoin and being more correlated on its own with the US dollar. I mean, I guess give us your take on where the price is going, but I would like to hear your thoughts on that as well.
Yeah. So right now I've drawn basically a comparison between this original cycle from going back in this particular chart. It's going back to 2015 to the high of 20. I'm hearing myself echo for some reason. I don't know what's going on, but I can hear myself echoing.
That just started, or that's been going on?
Well, I didn't hear it last time I was talking, but for some reason I'm hearing it now. But anyway, I just didn't know if somebody else was unmuted, maybe, or anyway. So yeah, I've drawn a comparison between the low here, which was the all-time low when you calculate the Monero to dollar value, was about 18 cents or so, I believe in 2015, and I've drawn extrapolation from that low up to the all-time high, which on this chart was around 478, and some other charts it was a little over 500 or so, but this is about 1,036 days that it took to go from that level, from that all-time low to that all-time high, and the total gain was about 265,000%. And if you extrapolate from the all-time low in this cycle to the potential all-time high, it would give a theoretical target of $67,300 per Monero around 2023, beginning of 2023.
Wow,
for
wait, what's the number?
1,036 days. So yeah, if you draw out on the logarithmic chart, which I've done here, if you were to extrapolate those same gains, the 265,000% gains of Monero from 18 cents to $478 for that first cycle from 2015 to 2017, that same 265,000% gain spread over 1,036 days. If you extrapolate that out from the all-time low of $25, which leaves about $25.35, which occurred on March 12th, 2020, up to a future all-time high, that would extrapolate to a future all-time high of $67,300 per Monero on beginning of 2023. So that is just that's just looking at the cycle. If it were to repeat itself in that same manner, that is what the theoretical target would be. So that's
when we do Monerotopia on an actual exotic island. That we own.
Not in the living room.
So this is invited, by the way. All will be invited.
So yeah, basically I've drawn these arrows here, and we actually have some really nice bullish conformational signs on this chart here. So I can actually zoom in here. So let me go ahead and for now I'll just kind of get rid of these blue things here that I kind of had to show the comparison of the targets. But that's basically showing how I came up with this target here, some of this pattern that I have.
Someone saying you can't extrapolate the same gains because they reduce over time.
Yeah, that's certainly possible. So this is kind of a very optimistic case, I guess, So we don't know if it's going to repeat itself or not. But some of the other ones, have done things like this in the past. So this is just kind of a optimistic case. So it may not go to 70 or 60, 70,000. Maybe it'll only go to like 10,000 or 20,000 or something. But who knows what will happen. But as you can see here, though, I actually drew this prediction. What's that?
So we said, well, it'll be a smaller private island, but
it might not be that
still
big.
Tropical, nonetheless.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see maybe $10,000-$15,000 Monero or something like that. Now, actually, there was a report. I remember on one of the early Monero talks, there was a interview with the Satis Group analysts that had given a target price. Yeah. I think that aired in like 2017, and they gave a 10-year target, which would assume, I think, around 2027 of $39,000 per Monero, I believe.
Yes,
so
that. Yeah, something.
So so it would be around 20. So that kind of, this is maybe a bit more optimistic, of course. So I'm not saying that that's actually what's going to happen. This is just kind of if you were just to compare these two logarithmic increases, that is what could potentially happen. But this is kind of more, maybe a little more realistic. Maybe it'll only go to maybe like 5 or 10,000, which I think is definitely a lot more probable to happen. So yeah, basically drawing this out here, I wouldn't be surprised to see the all-time high broken within the next few months this year. It shows it happening. This chart shows it happening around this summer, and then going up to by Christmas time or December, I guess, 2021, maybe $1,000, $1,000 or $2,000 there, and then maybe a pullback, and then another rally coming next year as well, potentially.
All right. So it's going up.
I love your vision.
Oh, it's not too shabby.
No.
We do need the stack Monero. We haven't come up with a good line for that yet, guys. We got to work on that as a community. Monero, more liberty is what we were doing. I don't know.
Mo Monero, Mo Liberty.
Yeah, yeah.
That's not bad.
Yeah.
I like it.
It looks like we actually have a new guest here, Gerald.
Gerald, what's going on?
Hi, Gerald. Can you hear us, or you're just...
Gerald might just be...
just hanging out with us.
Just watching.
Just watching.
Voyeurism. He must be a Bitcoin. Are you a Bitcoiner? Just secretly watching?
The Naxis in the shadows again.
Yeah.
I don't know.
What was the one? Oh, we saw a good comment. What was this guy saying? I read on CNN article that Monero was made for drugs and criminals. So yeah, that's something. Funny story. Right.
Sounds familiar.
You want to bring that up on the? Let's bring that up for a sec.
Gerald wrote back. He can't unmute. So
hello. All right, how's it going, Gerald?
Thanks for joining us. Hold on, I gotta share the screen.
Yeah, let's bring that up.
Chrome tab.
We'll just bring it up. So, I ran for Congress in 2020 and lost the election. We did well though, but just recently somebody went and sent out a letter to every single person that donated to my campaign and sent it to their homes, basically threatening them, telling them, don't ever donate to Doug in any of his campaigns again, and kind of trying to associate me with terrorism because of my connection to Monero. So this is I find that very interesting. Number one, because I'm not currently running for anything now. Elections.
Yeah, this was the article.
Somebody's going to great lengths to do this. That's what they sent out. Can everybody see that? Yeah.
I believe so.
Yeah, that's what was sent to everybody.
Wow.
And then you bring up the fake.
Yeah, I started out with that first.
Yeah, there's a fake website.
So this is what they sent out to everyone.
Twitter that followed us throughout the entire election. But I think it's interesting that they're still doing it now, and they put in the money and the effort to send out this mailer.
Yeah.
So I don't know. What do you guys think of that? So yeah, in terms of Monero being associated with criminal activity, what are your opinions there?
Well, just like Bitcoin to some people is still associated with criminal activity, and then the more aware people are realizing that criminals would rather use Monero at this point. Not to say that the majority of it is used for criminal activity, but this is a pretty disgusting piece that has been put out about you there, Doug. Did you make some enemies along the way in your campaign?
Yeah, I don't know who it could possibly be. I mean, I feel there's a lot of different people, but they put in so much effort.
Yeah, it was these people.
Yeah.
I feel like the little research I did and looking at the fake Twitter, bring up the fake Twitter.
Yeah.
They seem to know quite a bit about crypto. I don't know. I'm just wondering if it's somebody who's involved in the crypto space as opposed to just being a political move. I don't really know.
Yeah.
Very interesting.
Cryptocurrency.
But yeah, anybody in the community that wants to look into it, if you're a hacker of sorts, and can try to figure out who these people are,
This is the guy.
by all means, go for it. Would love to know. Yeah, we found what's that blog that I found that
Right
seemed
there.
to be associated with it?
That's all I wasn't looking.
Was this probably the worst thing that's happened to you, Doug, since you got into politics? I know you're in the center stage when you're out there running, right?
Well, this is my first time running, so I don't have a lot of things to compare it to. I mean, there were a lot of weird things that happened during the campaign. If you want to kind of get a new perspective on society, run for public office, and you learn a lot. The people that come out that seem to be most active are the type of people that maybe you want to avoid on a daily basis. There's a lot of crazy people out there, and so this person who's doing this, I don't know if it's just somebody who knows. It might be somebody. What's scary is it might be somebody who actually believes what they're saying there, because people do get really caught up in these ideas,
Yeah.
And that's why it's dangerous to spread misinformation like that. Is Monero used by terrorists? Yeah, I'm sure it is. Just like they use the internet. And if Monero continues to grow, will it be used by them more and more? Yeah, well, it most definitely will be. Just like they use the internet. I mean, currently they use the U.S. dollar more than anything else. But
Right.
so to stop using the U.S. dollar. I mean, it's just a tool after all, and if it's working as intended, it's going to be usable by everybody in a censorship-resistant way. And so, it really comes down to philosophical opinion as to whether or not you think humanity deserves to have such a tool, or whether or not we should be, surveilling each other and trying to weed out what we determine to be criminal behavior. And that's the real problem, because who gets to make that determination, right? So ISIS is clearly, I think by and far, most people would agree they're bad people, right? But there's others that, may just be political minorities who may not be in favor, who might have an ethically superior opinion. And you need to make sure that it gets out and that it's not politically squashed. And that's the whole point and purpose of censorship-resistant technology. And just back to the whole digital cash thing, that's why we're going to need that in the digital age. So that's kind of my opinion in short there. But it doesn't really, I think you guys obviously get it. You're Monero people, but it's hard to explain those ideas to people that don't really, that aren't Monero people, that haven't, that aren't really concerned with that. Their eyes kind of glaze over. I mean, their eyes kind of glaze over even when you say privacy. And then if you start talking about censorship resistance, their eyes really glaze over. They're like, all right, well, whatever, So I think there's going to have to be moments that happen that really start to open people's eyes to it.
My answer to this usually is, can I just have the PIN code to your phone? Because even if they haven't done anything, all these, I got nothing to hide, folks, they will not share it with you. Even if it's just their messages to their friends, they don't want you to read it.
It's true.
Yeah, you have to basically make analogies like that. I think the deplatforming of Trump opened up a lot of people's eyes, when they saw that these huge Silicon Valley companies were able to essentially censor a president, remove him from platforms. So, the fear isn't that it's done to the president, right? Because he always, and at the end of the day, has a means and a method to get the word out. The real fear is when it's done to ordinary people like us, the everyday people. That's the real fear. So if they can do it to him, they can easily do it to anybody else. And they do it. A lot of people don't even realize the ways in which they're already being censored. It's just going to have to, unfortunately, it's just going to have to become more real to people for them to really get concerned about it. So maybe, so we got 56 people watching.
Yep.
Maybe we'll do the game. We'll do the game right now. All right, you want to throw the music on?
Oh God.
You know how to.
I gotta find it now.
All right, so whoever wants to compete, we're looking for
I gotta.
How many contestants? 3
share-
contestants.
I gotta share the link to.
If you want to compete, jump on. You got to jump on the Jitsi.
I will be putting it in the
You
chat.
go to Jitsi. It's Monerotopia is the name of the room.
The first.
One word.
What is it? Before I send it out, how many? Oh,
The first 3 people to jump on.
hold on a second. Copy.
Anybody jumping on?
Well, I haven't sent it yet. Oh, why does it keep?
It's going to be a Price is Right theme. You're going to have to guess the cost of this item in Monero. That is the goal. Eventually, we'll be pricing things in Monero. When do you guys think we get to that point?
All right.
To our guests, do you think when do we get to the point where we're pricing things in Monero?
Go ahead.
When you see
Does
Monero,
Gerald count? Yeah, Gerald.
no Dollar Tree, but Monero Tree.
Gonna be a while, probably.
It's gonna be a while. It's gonna be a
yeah.
while until the market cap is large enough where volatility dies down, right?
Yeah,
All
yeah,
right.
and some
Gotta
accepted
see
merchants.
who chimes in. Oh, okay.
So what
Are
do
we
got?
counting
I think we have
Gerald?
our 3
Gerald,
guests.
Gerald is in already.
Well, Gerald, you're gonna have to be able to talk
1,
though.
2, 3,
Can
4.
Can Gerald talk?
We said 3
Yeah.
first 3.
I can talk now. I can figure it
Okay.
out.
All right, good.
Okay, so we have first 3, right? So you
So
got
we're good?
3. Yep.
We have our
Gerald,
contestants. So Gerald, do you want to go ahead and introduce
Onyx,
yourself?
and Muhammad.
Real short.
Yeah.
Sure.
How's your Monero
Hey,
story?
sure. I got into crypto last year and started with Bitcoin, and then eventually, found Monero and decided it was, my favorite crypto. So regardless kind of everything else going on, I definitely have most of my, I would say, attention on Monero. So yeah, that's my story. Thanks.
All right. Who else we got? What's that guy's name?
Yeah.
Krenix? I can't read from
Kunix?
that. Kunix? What's it?
Kunix? Yeah, I'm not pronouncing
Starts
it.
with a Q?
Yeah, it's QNYX. You want to introduce yourself?
Kunix, are you there?
Hello, hello. Hello?
All right, we're skipping Kunix.
We're
Who
going
else
to
we got?
skip you.
Who's
We
this?
got Muhammad. Hi, Muhammad.
Mohammed, how's it going, man? Can you hear us?
Muhammad?
If you guys can mute if you're not
Yeah.
on. Everybody mute.
you
Mohammed,
guys-
can you hear us?
Oh, he can't hear us.
Huh. Who else we got?
We got, hold on.
Kunix, can you talk?
Oh, we lost Muhammad.
I had to update my browser settings.
Wait, who is talking
This,
though right
this
now?
is this is Gerald.
Okay, Gerald, you're good. We're gonna
Gerald,
mute you
you're
for a
good. We
second.
need two more people.
Well, we have Kunix, who
Kunix
isn't he,
not responding. Somebody
just
else
person-
respond. Somebody else talk.
and Muhammad. Oh, Muhammad disappears. Oh, he's back.
How about these other people that are down?
Yeah, now there are people. So what do we
Come
do?
on, guys. We're in the chat. These Monero people, so private.
I
Everybody's so
know.
private.
Muhammad said he's talking, but now we can't hear him.
We can't hear you,
We
Mohammed.
can't hear you.
He's not muted.
No, he's not muted. We can't hear you.
We can't hear you.
And then Kunix disappeared. We're gonna have to move on if that person doesn't.
Well, we'll do
on.
it with our 2 guests and Gerald. So chill and
Muhammad.
no, we'll just do it with Gerald. And
Okay.
Chill and Brad, you guys want to play?
Well, we have 2 other people that jumped on.
Yeah, but they're not responding.
Well, no, new people that jumped on. We have a fellow Jitster and Aldo DiGiorno.
Aldo, you there?
Aldo, you there? If you talk to us, you can play the game.
I
Aldo.
love these
I
Monero
know.
people. We were just lurking.
So next time we're gonna
Maybe
say,
they're trying
make
to
sure
talk. I
their
don't know why it
mic
won't work
works and their camera
Yeah,
works,
all
right?
right.
'Cause
That
those
will
were
be
the
a
rules.
requirement.
Yeah.
Mic and camera.
So Aldo and
Oh, wait,
fellow
here we go.
Jitster.
Fellow Jits there.
Hello, we can't hear you.
You can't hear you. Take yourself off mute.
You're on mute. Okay,
Yeah, this is
hi.
Robert.
Aldo and hi,
Robert. How's it going?
Good. How you doing?
How'd you find Monero? How'd you find Monerotopia?
Oh my gosh. The dollar vigilante, the crypto vigilante. Good. How you doing?
How'd you find Monero?
Awesome.
Monerotopia.
Oh my gosh.
Now
Oh,
feedback.
the dollar vigilante, the crypto vigilante. How you doing?
How'd you find
No, they're on.
Monerotopia?
Oh my gosh. Oh.
Okay, we're gonna have to. Yeah, I think we're getting feedback from him.
All right, we had
So,
to
okay.
mute you. We're getting too much feedback.
Yeah.
All right, so we're
So we
gonna
have
start the
you,
game. So we have Gerald.
Yeah,
and
that's
what do we
all we
call
have
him?
here. I'm sorry. What's your name again?
Oh, you muted him.
Yeah. Yes, unmute yourself.
It's Robert.
Robert. Okay, cool.
All right, Robert. Robert and Gerald. So we're gonna go with those two. All right, guys. So we're gonna show you a product, and you're gonna have to guess the price in Monero. All right.
And you have to message me privately.
The price is right. We're gonna show you the product. You have 5 seconds to give your best guess, and you have to DM it to us. All right. You see the chat on the side? Send us a test chat just so you know how to do it.
Yeah. It's a private, or I can send it to you guys. So I'm going to do it privately. No. And then I'm going to send it to you, Robert. So do you guys see the chat, the private chat?
Got it.
Got it. How about you, Gerald? Got it. Okay. Oh, wait, no, Robert and Gerald. Okay, cool.
Chill and Brad, you guys could play as well.
Yeah, of course.
Is
Okay,
Mr. X still on?
We'll do this. Hello.
Okay.
Hold on. Let me send them a private DM. And price. And
All right, so
Mr.
you guys
X.
will have 5 seconds. The idea is not
So all of you,
not to do Googling. You're just gonna have to look at it, come up with the price. Now this is gonna be a little difficult because it's probably not something where you don't even necessarily know the price of it in dollars. So it's gonna be a little difficult. But give it your best shot. Is everybody ready?
Yes.
Okay, here we go.
They can't
All
even
right.
see. You have to go
We're
closer.
showing you what it is. This is gratuitous coffee.
Go a little
We're
closer.
starting it back up. We'll explain what that is. Basically, it's a bag
Go a
of
little closer.
primo coffee, really good coffee from Guatemala. Smells delicious. We call this blend Monerotopia. We'll explain that soon. But give us your best guess on how it's 14 ounces. 14 ounces of coffee, almost a pound. Give us your best guess on how much that will cost in Monero.
Just in the general chat in this room.
Send us the, send us your guess. DM it. Did they send it in? Yeah. All right, let's check it out.
So we have. Okay.
Cecile, 0.1. All right.
Wait.
Everybody send in their guesses? Yeah, everybody
hold on.
sent
Brad,
in, right?
Oh, Brad sent. Yeah, Brad, Gerald. Wait, who's?
All right, well, we're taking only these guesses now.
Yeah.
It's been too long.
Okay.
So the correct answer was what? What is the correct answer? It was $24.99, which translates to 0.1009. So
0.1.
chill is right there.
Right. And,
yeah.
Who's?
Oh wait, we had
Dosia.
2.1s.
Oh, we got a new person. That's not fair.
Is that new?
Chimed in.
They chimed in. That's not fair.
No, that's not fair.
All right, chill one.
Chill one with 0.1.
Chill one
Yep,
with 0.1.
chill one with 0.1. That rhymes.
So there were like 55 people watching at the time. So we'll send you $55 worth of Monero. Thank you, Chill.
Thanks.
That's the Monero Community Fund.
All right.
All right, awesome. Thank you.
This
That's
is working
awesome.
out well. Everybody
This
keeps
is awesome.
donating.
Yeah,
the
that's
Monero
great.
community is too good. I want to talk to go back to our guests for a sec. Robert, you're still there?
Robert, you're
Yeah,
muted.
I'm here.
I know.
I'm
I
here.
want to see if your sound's better.
Yeah.
Just I sorry we cut you off before because the sound wasn't too good. But you have anything else you want to say about Monero and your journey?
Well, when we had that stock market disaster back at the beginning of last year, I decided to shift out of stocks and into crypto. And I'm very pleased with that move. So definitely into the privacy coins. And this one is top of my list. So happy to be here.
Cool.
Thanks for coming on.
Yep.
All right, guys. I think. I guess we'll talk about gratuitous for a sec. So, you want to bring up gratuitous?
Yeah, sure.
So, would love to hear the opinion of people that are still on Jitsi. We started this. Actually, we tried this. I don't know. It was a year ago.
July.
We experimented with
It
this
was in
idea.
July.
We created this. We went
Oh, yeah,
to
you were joking.
we went to DEF CON and we actually
Yeah, you're gonna have
we
to.
brought the coffee that we had sourced. At that time, we sourced it from Brazil. It was through a friend of a friend. We had this idea where we wanted to sell products and let people tip the people behind those products directly with Monero. So we thought coffee would be a good first, product to do. And basically the idea being, you can buy your coffee. It's good coffee. And then you can send a tip directly to the farmers, that picked the beans and roasted the beans. So we tried this last year. It was a little fun side project. We have our day jobs, believe it or not, non-Monero related. And it was quite successful. We actually brought the coffee to DEF CON and we tested it there. We let people buy the coffee. We were making espressos for everybody and they were sending tips to the farmers in Brazil. We didn't get down to Brazil, unfortunately, but we did meet the owner's daughter, what came to New York, and we met her and we gave her the private keys and she went and she dispersed the tips to the farmers. Then we got wrapped up in the whole running for Congress thing, which basically took up all our time. And during that adventure, I actually met a guy from Guatemala locally, lives in the district that I was running in. He, the ultimate American story, came from Guatemala, started a business. He's actually an electrician. He's done very well for himself here. He owns property. And he took a liking to me on my campaign. I took a liking to him. And I found out that he actually is related to people that have a farm in Guatemala. So we hooked up with them. We got the coffee, and we're going to try this again. This time we're going to give it a real go. We're going to put a lot of effort into it with the end goal of adding lots of different products. So not just coffee, but, use your imagination, olive oil, chocolate, and using the power of crypto to get Monero in the hands of people that probably aren't going to be coming across it for quite some time. And these are the people that we want to get into crypto early, right? I mean, that's also part of the real vision of crypto, right? It's not to make the wealthy more wealthy, but to give everybody kind of a fair shot. So this is a great way to do it. I mean, some of these people make a few dollars a day, and now, you send them $1 worth of Monero, that could be a big thing for them. This is something that they probably wouldn't have had access to otherwise. The criticisms are, well, what are they going to do with that Monero? They need to use it to actually buy things. But the way I look at it is, now they have an opportunity to have almost kind of a savings account, to have digital gold. They wouldn't have, this ability to kind of store their wealth when they're not even thinking about that. And it starts to teach people about Monero that may not have come across it. So we'd love to hear your opinion, guys. What do you think? Chill, what do you think of this idea?
I love the idea. Please create like a subscription service so I can have fresh coffee from Guatemala straight to my cup.
We're gonna do that. Definitely do a
doing
subscription.
Mm-hmm.
And we're going down there next month. We're gonna go probably the end of March. So this time we're gonna do it right. We're gonna go down there. We're going to teach the farmers how to farm. How to farm. My door just rang. Hold on, I'm getting distracted. Teach the farmers how to use Monero.
And they
I'm gonna get that.
Monero.
How to use Monero. Hook them up with private keys.
Chaotic.
Sorry, guys. We're not big time yet.
Oh crap.
and yeah, hook it up. And I think it'll be an interesting experiment. Brad, what do you think of this concept?
I like the concept. I think you're right. When picking coffee is your first product to start with, and I also share the vision of getting crypto into the hands of people that need it the most. So kudos to you guys on that project. I definitely support that, and all the best for it.
Awesome. Yeah, so anybody that's watching, I mean, if you want to help us on this endeavor, the best way to do it is to actually just buy some coffee. So when we tried it out the first time and we did the Brazilian beans, we didn't sell too many. We sold maybe like, I don't know, 10 of them. This time we want to actually get some momentum going. So buy some coffee. I mean, most people drink coffee anyway. If you're into Monero and you drink coffee, this is a great way to kind of help us out in getting this idea off the ground. We're not looking to become, millionaires off this idea. This is more of a help the Monero community concept, get people actually using Monero. So if you guys want to help us by, buying some coffee, and we'll add some more products, and we'll keep everybody updated as we grow. So like I said, hopefully we'll go down to Guatemala next month. We'll do videos. We'll send let the community know what's going on. We'll keep everybody updated. But that's what we're working on. We can't wait to get it going. I think it's just also a great excuse to kind of travel to the places that I've always wanted to travel to, finding great products and adding them as we go. Guys, I think we actually have to wrap up because
And also our cameras are
I'm going to be
working for
moving
some
out of
reason.
this apartment, and the landlord, I think, is trying to show other people this apartment as we speak. Anybody have any last words? Anybody in the Jitsi want to say anything about Monero before we close out? Any current events you guys want to bring up that we didn't discuss?
I think we talked about the most important things, with what's going on with Monero. I definitely support Monero, and I think everybody should have a little bit in their portfolio. You can follow me at BitFi Warrior on Twitter, and the Having Report podcast on Twitter and Instagram, and of course all over the podcast platforms. Thanks for having me on, Doug.
Yeah, of course, man.
And thanks for inviting me too. Monero.
Yeah, thanks so much. Mr. X, thank you again. Thanks for the price report. I think people love that. People love to hear that. Numbers going up.
You're very welcome.
Mo Liberty.
Thanks for the invite.
Thanks for
Of course.
coming on, guys.
All right, guys, we're
I guess we'll
gonna wrap it up.
Cheers, everybody.
Audience, thanks for tuning in. We had a
Thanks
lot
meeting you
of
all.
people today. This is awesome.
I know we apologize that the video for some reason didn't work towards the end, but I don't know why. But
Keep spreading the word. Keep growing Monero. Don't listen to those people that say, Monero is used for terrorism. That's a bunch of hogwash. It's a great tool that's going to hopefully liberate many if we can keep it going and keep it growing. And there's really nothing. The only thing that's stopping the adoption of Monero is us, right? So if people continue to use it, it will grow. We don't need to ask anybody for permission to make Monero the coin of the future, the digital gold of the future. All right, guys, thanks for tuning in. We're hanging up. Ciao.